Greetings, greetings, beautiful butterflies and perfect people. Today we're talking about my retie. I'm going to move this up so y'all can see. We're going to talk about the retie. I'm going to give you some tips and talk to you about my experience almost 10 years into these locks. Take a look. That song is called Undivided Soul. It's by some of my clients. I love it. I'm going to give y'all a better view in a second because I want to show you some stuff. Y'all know the plucked chicken look is not one of my favorites. Now, as you can see, my color is, the burgundy has rinsed out. I haven't put a rinse in my hair in over a year. So what you see in here may have trace amounts, very trace amounts. To me, it looks like the burnt orange outside that happens after you dye your hair and it loses its color. Okay? I'm not going to color it for a minute. It's taking a toll on the ends of my hair, so I'm going to give it a rest for a while. Alright, so I went to eat fries yesterday. My appointment was not until the 19th of November, but my hair was growing so much that it was getting, I take these spiritual baths several times a week, and each time I took the bath, my hair was matting together. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Because y'all know, it wasn't too long ago I did the front of my hair like a few weeks ago. So I'm like, what's going on? I can't wait till the 19th. I need to get in to see Fries down there in Atlanta. So, as you know, I moved, so I'll be taking that 2.5 hour ride to get my hair done on a pretty regular basis. So before I start talking, let's just look at my grid. This up here, I did before I saw Fries. I washed my hair the day before yesterday. The next day, because I didn't see her until 5:30 yesterday. The next morning, the next day, I spent an hour and a half going through my hair, lock by lock, separating it because it was very tangled. Trust me, it made all the difference in the world. And y'all already know that in the separating, I use my I Am Melanin Magic because it makes all the difference in the world. It helps to relax the strands and decoil them to make it easier for your hair to detangle. But let's take a look at the grid first, because my grid is not perfect, y'all. Mind you, when Fries put my locks in, I think right before the first retightening, I had some locks that were bigger than what I wanted, so I had her to go in and separate them. She warned me that it was going to affect the grid. I didn't care. I'm not a by the book person. Y'all already know that. So certain areas you can really tell. And then you can tell more because I've been doing my hair for a while around the front, and so my parts are not that straight. But the other part of that is that when your hair grows and you have the little pieces, like even though this may not really look straight, y'all know how to hair. If I pull this in, if this is coming in and I pull this in, this is not going to look straight, but this actually is. So some of it is far worse than it actually is. But just to show you the grid. Yes, now today is the day after. I have absolutely no soreness at all. That's because of the prep work that I did, which is what I want to talk to you about. You got to do the prep work. You have to. If you don't do the prep work, you're going to pay the price. Boy, did it feel good to have a professional to retighten my hair, because y'all know I've been kind of doing some other stuff for the last few months. Matter of fact, because I hadn't seen Fries and I was doing my own hair with Naima, my daughter, I didn't realize she had COVID. She was in the hospital for 6 days. For the love of God, our mutual friend didn't even let me know. Shame on her, but Fries just fine. She caught pneumonia. Shout out to all of y'all that have contacted Fries, interested in retightnings. I can't say for sure. The last time I checked, she was not taking people, but 404-207-6781, I believe is her number. 404-207-6781. Please let her know that I sent you. And if she has any openings, even if it's 1 or 2, she may be willing to take you. Yep, 207-6281. 404-207-6281. My number is 678-438-6442 if you're contacting me about I Am Melanin Magic. Okay, you can go to the website, I Am Melanin Magic, or you can contact me. If you buy it on the site, use the coupon LOC Channel, LOCCHANNEL, all caps, to get your 20% off discount. The website will give you 15 anyway for first-time buyers. I give my lovely subscribers 20% off, and we have a sale coming up for the holidays in which I will cut you even more savings. But take a look. All right, take a look. Pluck chicken, y'all, pluck chicken. But I am going to show you something very important. I got to say, since she did my hair, y'all, it feels good to feel my scalp because I had some stuff going on in there. All right, let's take a look. And the funny thing is, because I did my work yesterday, it took her less time to do my hair. Okay, granted, it was not as tender and as soft as I would do it when I'm doing my own or when Naima does it. But look, I was out of there by 9 o'clock. And I got there at 5:45. I was 15 minutes late. All right. Y'all know I maintain my hair. I do my best to keep it healthy, to try to offset the trauma of these retightenings. I am not ready to be retightening my hair on a regular basis. The time that it took Naima and I between starting and stopping and her working and my working and us just haphazardly doing it, it was well over 2 weeks. I just don't have that type of love of this process. But at some point, I'm going to have to find something because, you know, like I always tell y'all, the biggest thing you run into with these locks over a period of time is dealing with the perpetual trauma of the retightenings, the friction that it creates on the hair, the pulling on the scalp, and all of that. And there's going to be a price to pay at some point, unless you are doing it on your own, which I would say if you're doing it on your own, you could do it more frequently than 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks like I sometimes wait. Usually 10 and 11 weeks is right about where I usually am. So you could do it more often than that if it was being done very tenderly, but you still have to be super, super careful. And you got to be taking care of your hair, not only externally, but you got to be taking care of your hair internally. So this is the situation. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to put a picture up here. I'm going to show you the picture that I took. I'll look at the date on the picture, but it's got to be at least 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. You know, this is the side of my hair that has always been thinner. Always. I just got used to it. That's the way my hair was. It was like this before locks. It's been like this my whole life. And then I decided to try this on it. I don't know why. I said, let me just try this on it. And look at this. When you see that picture, although I still have plucked chicken, this side is almost fuller, or as full as this side always is. Okay? So for this, you don't see the plucked chicken look unless I pull the hair. Over here, you used to be able to see it. All right? Now, it just grew me in some tiny little fuzzies that combine to fill in these areas here. It's almost imperceptible to the naked eye. But all I would do is I put that little bit right there and just rub it in. I did it every day for about 3, 4 weeks. I stopped. I need to continue. That's it. That's all I did. That's it. Less is more with all of these products. You don't need a lot of this. You don't need a lot of this either. This is the Magical Hair Growth Serum. It's more medicinal, y'all. It's not a pleasant smelling thing. It's very medicinal. Do not put this all over your hair. You're not going to be satisfied. Plus, it's a little bit thicker. Don't put it all over your hair. If you're putting it all over your scalp, just do more of a spot treatment, and definitely do not put it on your ends. This you can do however you want, okay? Although most of the time I am just spraying my scalp, and I'll do a little bit along the length of my hair. But I put so much oil in my hair the evening before I was detangling it before the retightening. I put so much oil in my hair. I separated each part like about this amount, maybe 10 locks. I sprayed good, I oiled it down, and I did like this. So my hair is it's already moist. The last thing I need to do is add some more to my locks. I simply don't need it. And you don't either if you're using this to maintain your hair. You know, let's say you wash your hair twice in between retightening. Sometimes I do it one time. Other times I do it right before each retightening. I don't wash my hair a lot. This stuff is light. It keeps my scalp very clean. That's what it does for me. It should do the same for the majority of you, but I can't account for the individual hair habits or each person's individual hair DNA. Let me just say DNA. Everybody is different. All right. But I did this. I went through and did this. After I did this, I went through like this. Every lock. Because y'all know they were married to death. All right. Till death do them part. Look. I separated every lock. Where was it the worst? Here. At the back. And I knew I was going to have to do the front because, y'all, I've been moving for the last couple weeks. Y'all know I didn't touch my hair. I didn't oil it. I didn't do anything. I was moving. I was working. I was doing a lot. So this hair up here, from sweat, from the bath, everything, it was just really kind of crazy. So I knew I was going to have to sit down, oil it really good, and just gently pull everything apart. And so that's what I did. Back here was the worst. Okay, this is where a frage usually starts, at the back. So I knew, okay, let me give this part extra treatment. If this works well, then I'm on the road, you know, I'm on the road to success with all of the rest. Yesterday, there was not one lock she had to pull apart. Even, y'all, there are times when I unmarry my locks before my retightenings, and I hear her still having to pull them apart. And I'm like, damn, didn't I untangle that? But when I'm trying to go in like this and I'm doing like this, and I'm half separating them, okay? One by one by one. And trust me, we caught up because I haven't seen any frage in doggone near 4 months almost. We really talked a lot. So she stopped. We did our hand gesture. What? Are you serious? What? She did what? He did what? Are you kidding? You know, you got to stop and look at somebody sometime when you're talking to them, right? We did all that and we still got finished. And it was because, like I said, I made sure these jokers were untangled. All right, so this is great, y'all. Bottom line, that's just the extra grow. Bottom line, before you get your retightening, I don't know if y'all let them wash your hair or not. I suggest you wash your hair. I suggest you wash your hair, you detangle your hair, you unmarry before you go in. In the long run, it's going to help you. You don't want them having to pull it apart. It's not their job really to untangle your hair. Then they're going to say something like, oh, you know, you need to come in more frequently for retightenings, or, oh, you know, your hair is really matte. To avoid all of that and to avoid an extra charge and longer times, go ahead and wash, and if you condition, do whatever it is you do to your hair, untangle it, unmarry it. So when you sit down in that chair, your scalp is not sore. They don't have to cut through there like a raking hay, pine needles in the middle of autumn. It's easy, it's simple, it's uneventful. Your hair feels good when you're done. You don't have soreness. You don't feel like some of your locks popped out. The only thing that came out yesterday was my little extension. Y'all know this little piece right here. This is where my baby hair is. This whole hair area right here and this area right here has always been difficult for me to keep locks. And so Efraj would always plait up the little ones. She didn't just leave the baby hair out. She would always plait it and try to lock it, and then it would unravel. for 9 years or however long. So what I began to do is I took this little piece of hair and I kept track of it, and I put an extension on it. I put just a regular, the fake hair from the beauty supply store. I put that on it just to get it to about here. Okay, just to get it to about here. I got about 3 of them right in this area and over here. And when I got it to about here, okay, as it continued and continued, I noticed that it was causing, like I've talked about on the channel, causing this to thin, and it was too much weight on the bottom. So I knew I needed natural hair. And so then I got the little kinky hair, which I wish I had. I got to find it. It's in all my stuff. The little kinky human hair, and I put that on there. It was a little bit fatter, but it, you know, it did the job, and it was better, and it was lighter. Okay. But what I did when I did that is I still didn't just use that little tool and twist the, you know, you twist the lock like this, you use a tool and you just keep poking, and you keep twisting, you keep twisting. You keep rolling this between your hands and you keep poking up and down, up and down, up and down, and it becomes locked. But it was fatter than this. So that didn't last too long. So eventually, one day while I was fooling with the back of my hair, y'all know picking lint, I'll be picking the hell out the lint. I picked this so much that it fell off. So I have this long lock. So I took that lock off and I used it right up here. Where's my baby? Right here. Where is it? Oh, here we go. I used it right here and I attached it and I did my thing. But I didn't do a good job. So as she was tightening yesterday, that little piece fell off and it fell on the floor. And I think I put it in my purse because she brought it to my attention. So I need to reattach that and do a good job. I'm going to try to open this up more, and I'm going to try to open that extension up more from the back of my hair. And I'm going to try to reattach it. And I'll let you guys know how that goes. But I say all of that to say, to minimize the trauma to your hair when you get your retightnings, take the time to unmarry one by one, lock by lock. You won't be sorry. Take the time to wash your own hair rather than wait for someone else to wash it for you or your loctician, because it's going to get tangled. It's just going to get tangled. And if that's a thing and you don't mind, then just do 1 or 2 rotations before you go get it done. If you really feel like doing all that. If you're going to do 1 or 2 rotations, you might be like, look, I just need to do all of it. But you all know I'm still maintaining the front. I always do the front. This time I only did like 1 straight around. I didn't go back to it. Usually I do 2 or 3 deep. I only did 1 all the way around because I was tired, because I was sitting up here doing these 1 by 1 by 1. And it wasn't that all of them were married. It was just that I wanted to make sure that everything was smooth. And I don't know if because I was using this is a massive detangler. I don't know if it's because I was using that, y'all, it made everything easier. Because right now when I look at my hair always has a shine to it, even when it doesn't have anything on it. This part is very shiny because it's very healthy. All right, and it hasn't been chemically treated like this area, but it's also very soft, and that's because I really saturated each small section with the oil as I was going around checking lock by lock and as I was unmarrying certain sections. So this is what it is, everybody. You see, now that part right here is really straight, I think, isn't it? See, now that's real straight. Okay. Look at this, y'all. It's soft as hell. And even my hair is not usually this soft, but I don't use that much oil on a regular basis either, unless I'm making formulas and I overfill the bottles and the oil falls all over. Then I got to do like this, do like that, do like this. And I think that's why sometimes I have excessive hair growth in between my sessions. Excessive just meaning a few extra millimeters, okay? So this is probably where I get crooked. I can't see y'all, because I got to show y'all by holding my head down. But yeah, it's still pretty good, right? Does this go in there? Or I can't tell where this one goes, but I'm all good. And y'all already know. Yeah, see, I think I'm all right. But it feels good. And I'm going to try some different things with my retightening schedule, because I'm getting ready to start going on a sauna blitz where I'm going to be in a sauna in about a month, about every other day. And with me being in the sauna for about 30 to 40 minutes, it might really just, if the tub is creating that type of drama and I'm wearing a cap, then being in a sauna could very well create more moisture and more expansion and cause more marrying, which means I might have to change my retightening schedule. I don't know. I'm going to see. I will keep you all posted. All right. And I'm going to pull an oracle card for those of you who are tuning in and want that oracle card guidance. And shout out again to Isana. Okay, you are a member on this channel and on the Butterfly Transformations channel, and the sister gave me this beautiful deck. Shout out also to Asia, who gave me a beautiful deck, which I share with you all as well. I'm going to share this one with you today. We're going to pull one card from this deck, and whomever this message resonates with, let it resonate. Okay, we're going to look at what is the core energy that my viewers need to be paying attention to right now. And we'll pull one from that one and one from this African goddess. It is so nice to see beautiful, colorful decks. Y'all, when I first started with this stuff a few years ago, you were hard pressed to find a deck. Okay, and now you see us. There are an amazing, beautiful decks. This deck is Queen Nella. Okay, this is a little bit crass deck. It's culturally sensitive. This is a deck when you're doing love readings and, for example, Karma is whooping my ASS. This is a very interesting deck. That one kind of makes you laugh, but this one, and I got to find out the sister who designed this deck, but this is also a beautiful, beautiful deck. Okay, their lips are sealed. Okay, someone's not telling the truth. These are energies that show up around situations, okay? Think of the cards as energies. Everybody has an energetic information system that is around you, that is encapsulated in your aura, that extends well out into areas where it can be read. Okay, you're constantly drawing information to you. You're constantly repelling information. There's nothing crazy about that. It's basic science, okay? It's the way that you are attracted to people and you know whether or not you vibe with someone. It's the same kind of science in terms of extrapolating, if you're willing to think creatively. So whatever the messages are with your intention, you can pull them out. So it's nice to see colorful decks. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put up here, and hopefully you can see it now, because I'm going to go back where we're at 22 minutes, and I'm going to show you the card from a deck that I am creating. This is the High Priestess card. It's card number 3, and this is going to be a multicultural deck, and I am so darn excited. Our Magician is a divine feminine. Yes, she is a woman. The Fool card is a woman. Of course, the High Priestess is a woman, and the Empress, which is being worked on now, is a woman. But a lot is going into the design of these cards and into the direction. The artist that I'm working with, trying to capture the essence of what I want these cards to convey. So I hope that in some time, and it's going to take a while for those of you who are into tarot, oracle, or into messaging, or doing self-development work, or increasing your levels of self-development and delving spiritually into your energy and some of the things you need to work on to raise your vibration. I did that through tarot. That's how I got started, tarot and oracle. Hopefully you will support this deck when it comes out. It's going to be some years in the making, I think, because we're averaging maybe a card a month. We need to pick up our pace, but it's going to be a while. But anyway, let's get to this beautiful Earth card, Earthcraft. Again, shout out to Isana. What is the message? Center myself. What is the message? All right, we had 2 cards to fall out. We have offerings. And before this, I saw gifts. I saw gifts, something with the word gift. So we have offerings here. Look at that. So this could be you making an offering, some type of a spiritual offering. This could also be you giving of yourself in some particular way. But it's as if you're nurturing something, you're fertilizing something, and you're offering up your time, your care, and your concern to something that is really, really important to you. That's number 18, which is also the card of number 9. Now, with this water here, you could also be cleansing something, meaning you could be cleansing some aspect of yourself. You could be in the preliminary stages of beginning to release something that you need to let go of. Very interesting here. Yep. And then we have Thunderstorm. Okay. So for some of you, you could have been doing some type of spiritual ritual, but you could have also received some shocking enlightenment or some sort of, I guess you want to call it like some type of epiphany or some realization, all right, that took you by surprise, or that really caused the breakdown of a situation in order to resurrect something else or to give you a rebirth. If you take a look here, there is some type of enlightenment. Here again, we have the energy of the offering, okay? We have the energy of the water, cleansing something so that spirit can make space for something else. So this is as if there's been some type of catalyst or some type of ignition, something that could have felt very difficult. That could have been something that you've been trying to move through in order to let go, but it's something that's putting you on your path, wherever your path is. It's setting right your affairs, or it's putting you on a certain track, and it's causing a rebirth of sorts. If you take a look here, it's the heart chakra, okay? And this individual, this masculine, okay, is being rejuvenated, or is having a sort of a rebirth, or is experiencing an opening of his chest. Now, this is masculine in the sense that it could be a man. There could be a gift coming to you from someone that you love. They finally got it. They've had an epiphany, and they're ready to give you what you want. But this could also be the masculine energy within you that is ready to strive for change, that is ready to take action towards some type of spiritual purification or cleansing. I love that. I want to see what the official message is, because that message that I just gave you is an intuitive message. And by the way, that's 39. Okay, so that is, yeah, that's number 12, which is also number 3. So this could be the creation of something. This is just beautiful. And this person has their hair locked, and they're receiving some type of divine guidance. They're being opened up to something that is really impactful. So 39, Thunderstorm. Thunderstorms can feel like the end of the world, with rain pouring down, visceral booming thunderclaps, and jagged streaks of lighting splitting the sky. There are moments in our lives like this too, when change is so thorough and complete that we can't do anything else but surrender and trust that all will be well in the end. And see, that's what I feel like this is. Okay, this is what's happening after that. This is the cleansing, the spiritual purification. These storms, both in the sky and in our lives, present danger, but ultimately they clear the air and make space for better clarity and focus. Rude awakenings bring clarity to the consequences of our actions or lack of action. Beliefs and values you hold dear are put to the test to determine whether or not they're strong enough to hold you as you transcend to your next level. Thunderstorm is a warning that you are, or soon will be, in the midst of a significant change and upheaval. Look at that. Being burst wide open, okay? Epiphany, realization, something sudden. It can feel catastrophic, but it's to put you on the right path. So hang tight. Stay with it. There's a time to put faith in a higher power and trust in Mother Earth. The events are out of your control, but you can decide how you navigate the storm. Be grateful. Navigate the storm with an offering of gratitude. All right, because this is for your best. Discomfort always ushers in massive growth that is needed, and growth that is a part of a divine unfolding, that you might as well go with it. You might as well go with the current instead of walking against the current. It's like I say, you got to take the load up the hill. Either you can push it or pull it. I'd rather pull it up the hill than push it up the hill. You know what I mean? So trust that what is taken from you will be replaced, and what is lost is only what you did not need. That which will shake my spirit from its course shall uncover the truths within my being. I am present for the becoming of all that I am meant to experience, for it will mold me into the person I am meant to be. I am ready for the thunder to greet the storm brewing from the depth of my bones. Now let's check out the offering. Okay? Oh, Mother Earth is a giving mother. She gives everything to her children, providing food for us to eat, air to breathe, and water to drink. We depend on her resources and her resilience to sustain us. Now ask yourself, how much have you given? Okay, here, this is you giving, you making the offering. How much have you given? It's easy to get caught up in what you don't have or what you need more of, but never forget the abundance that has already been given to you. Offerings given freely and without debt or expectation are a way of showing our thanks and respect for the earth. Now, you can give to Mother Earth, you can give water, you can give thanks, you can spend time giving of yourself, doing deeds of environmentalism, lifting the vibrational earth, but you can also give to creation, anything that comes from the earth. Whether you are watering and taking care of plants, whether you are dialoguing and talking with the energy of the trees, which are deeply rooted in consciousness, whatever it is that you're offering up, even if this is just a reminder for you to give and to give freely, to give without expectation, to give without expecting anything in return, to give without taking inventory of what you've given. Wow. Working towards balancing the scales of give and take, not just with Mother Earth, but in all of your relationships, is a sacred way to bring more harmony into your life. If you've been a taker in the past, try to find ways to be generous in whatever way you can. Call a friend who usually calls you for help. Help your partner around the house, or stop to water a flower on a morning hike. Give your flower a hug. Say, hey, baby, how you doing today? And fill on the leaves and send some love. You know what I'm saying? If you've been giving all your energy away, try to allow your heart to open a little bit more. Readily accept compliments, support, and offers of help. Open your heart. Readily accept support. Accept what is coming to you from the divine. Show gratitude and open up to receive. Some of you are in the process of receiving major gifts that are going to turn your life around. Receive it. Yo, with Tanisha Ali. Oh. Butterfly Transformations and Tanisha's Locks, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri. I hope that you will continue having a beautiful day whenever it is that you watch this video. I hope that you learned something either from the spiritual message that was given to you today, or by way of the tips that I shared with you about the retightening, okay? Of this African Goddess deck, you have Level Up. Level Up. So whatever's being given to you in your life, wherever that gift is coming from, whether it's an approval on a loan, the purchase of a home, a car, an automobile, a job promotion, being chosen to head a particular organization, someone noticing you for doing something and giving you some sort of accolade, whatever that is that's coming into your life as a gift, which is putting you on an entirely new path, it's to help you level up in your life. So level up. Love you, love you.